Hey there, this is James from Winnipeg. So yes, I read two different articles by Peter Johannesson. This is the one you suggested actually. Student participation in teachers' action research, teachers and students' engagement in social learning. So this one was interesting too. It was similar to the other article I read. The first one I did read by Peter Johannesson was more about using action research as a whole in other professions outside of education. This one's more education focused, which makes sense. But interesting enough, this looked at a bunch of different educators in Sweden, and it really asked the question, how much do we involve students in the research for the classroom? And I just found it very interesting because I do find myself doing this as well when it comes to my own research on my students and my own assessment practices. So it actually hit close to home, much like that other article too. So just bear with me while I look through my notes quickly of things I want to bring up. Yeah, like I mentioned, it was 14 teachers in Swedish upper secondary school, and the teachers would meet in learning groups. And this is even what I do in my school too when it comes to my assessment and working with students to see what can be improved to help their own learning. I forget the name of the form. We just were introduced a new form by our resource teacher, and it was very similar, where it's like I do an activity like an all about me with my students to see where they're at, to set goals. This had more of a technical term in our classroom, but it was very similar to what I was reading in this article, in the sense that, yeah, asking students really what are some things that they can work on, what are some things to improve on. Really just getting student feedback is the big thing, but also working in grade groups with other teachers and discussing findings. And that's what I'm really learning about action research, is a lot of it is, looking at a problem, working with people in the community, in this case, working with students and teachers. So finding out the problem, looking for solutions, trying out the recommendations, and then fine-tuning it a little bit if need be. So because that's the thing, is a lot of research is just data collection, as I put in my notes, and you can identify the problems, but really working with people to find the solution, I'm finding very interesting. And I'm not saying I'm a pro at this, but I'm just surprised. Before taking this course, I didn't really know much about action research. I'm just starting to learn about research, but I actually have been doing, I guess, the most basic action research in my practice for the last few years. So I'm really looking forward to learning more so I can actually apply it even more in my classroom. What was I going to say? So yeah, focusing on teaching methods and classroom management and having students involved just to see what they think, what they think can be improved. Sorry, I'm just looking over my notes. I know I don't have much more time. I think I kind of got most of it done, but the accountability as well. So it talked about how, what teachers feel responsible for, and, they feel responsible for curriculum and knowledge, but it also boils down to how do we get this across, and talking in a group of people to figure out how to fix it. And I guess I have a few more seconds left. What was this little note I have here too? Oh yeah, so this one was interesting too, where there was one teacher in the article that did action research but didn't involve the students. So she tried new teaching methods in this case and using visual representation, but students were mostly passive in that. So to me, if I have a few more seconds, it was interesting to bring that up. For me in my action research, I would like to use more students' involvement, depending on the problem, obviously, at hand. Right now, I'm writing my research proposal on absenteeism. So that is something I would like to, talk to parents and students and different groups to try to fix it. So sorry, I know it's a lot. There's a lot to say, not much time to say it. Hopefully, this video is better. But both articles by Peter Johannesson were very insightful. Thanks.